It's an interesting concept to play a character that is a watcher, because an actor is a watcher. And I don't carry a camera, but I store the imagery. I store the emotional connection that I have with the individuals that I encounter and the things that speak to me about them that make them unique.
I play Simon in this movie, and he's a director, and the character is someone who probably is at his most comfortable documenting things. He is less comfortable when he actually is engaging with life, and more in control and more comfortable when he's observing it.
Cut. That was great. Let's go right again. That was great.
I love this idea that Adrien Brody's character Porter is a watcher, and he thinks that he's on the sidelines safe from what's going on and that he's not actually impacting the world around him, when the reality is his presence is impacting the world around him quite a bit. It reminds me of like in scientific experiments when the scientists are trying to distinguish the behavior of something that you're watching from how it would be if you weren't observing it.
I remember getting my first fan mail from one of my first jobs and going, oh, that's weird, someone's watching. Like it's no longer just a self-fulfilling, passion thing for me.
Now, it's become much harder for me to observe and do the work that I love and do, because I'm being watched.
Especially with the internet, as soon as somebody starts to come and say, hey, I'd love to put a commercial on your channel or something, it becomes like you're being watched, and then your livelihood is dependent on a certain image.
I think it's tough when an actor's out there putting themselves out in front of the camera. I think it's a very intense experience for them, even though they may seem very comfortable.
Are we rolling? Quiet, please. Rolling. Whatever I'm doing in front of a camera, I know is going to stay forever, pretty much almost, because now with the internet and everything that's available to us, there's so many archives, not a whole lot is sacred anymore. So because Manhattan Nocturne was such it's sort of like it's an adult-themed movie with a lot of that sensuality and sexuality in it. One of my things was always, what's my mom and dad gonna think about this when they finally see it?
On set, the camera is really my friend. It's really, like, I remember even as a girl, like being in the presence of the film camera on set, and it was incredibly comforting. Like it was something, it's a totally different experience. But like this, it's like, who are you over there? It's a little weird.
There's always a bit of tension between the fact that you kind of distrust the camera because it's recording you, but at the same time, it's your job. So you're trying to make an effect that is as engaging and affecting as possible.
Well, I have a very intimate relationship with the camera. I think that stemmed from being the son of a photographer and being, probably her favorite subject as a child and growing up. And so I have an understanding with it, and it doesn't throw me.
Let's roll sound. Rolling.
The reality is it's no longer my mother taking those pictures, and I'm overwhelmed by how many places in the world I can travel where people do recognize me and appreciate the work that I've done. But at the same time, you can never turn that off. You can, but it takes a tremendous amount of hiding to do the observing again. You can't just, hop on the train and
some really good sunglasses.
Yeah, that can't hide. The sunglasses, hat and sunglasses don't really work with my face, but